Hello, dear friends. How are you doing? So, this is Joanne. Hello, dear friend. 1 minute late. I was looking at some videos on YouTube. Some of them are like completely different language, and I have to pay attention to see what it is that they're making or doing. So I don't understand the language, but I'm still I like the stitches that they're making, so I'm paying attention. How are you doing today? So it's still cloudy. It's still funny looking, but it's okay. Your video is pausing and playing. Oh, so we're going to be reading charts, and Anna has been bugging me about it. You have to make a video on how to read charts. And some of the charts are very, very, very difficult to read, and that's why if I read a chart, I tend to write the instructions row by row. But anyway, it's still there. Who else is here? I'm going to have to wait and see who else comes here. Hi, Brittany. All right. How are you doing? Anna says that her video is pausing. World is peace. Okay. How are you doing anyway? Thank you very much for being here. I hope Anna can get on her. Anna lives in a small town, very small, that's close to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. And so, hola Dora, buenos días, buenas tardes. How are you doing? Hi Mary, hi Mary Lloyd. You're enjoying the sunlight. All right, Mary, how are you doing? Little Brad. Okay, Anna says that her screen is blinking. Well, try not to upload anything because sometimes it happens that when you're doing several things and your computer goes, okay. So, hi, Sandra. Just very hi. Where's little Brad? Oh, okay. Hi. Okay. So, what happens is that we're going to be talking about how to read charts. And I was telling you that sometimes the charts are so difficult to understand that I really, and mostly because I have never used charts like instructions, so I don't even know how to write them on a program on in my computer. But I'm going to show you how to read them anyway. So this is what it is. I wrote this chart so I can show you how to read this. Let me get some sort of pen here. So when you have a chart, you have the amount of rows that you are going to be knitting for a repetition. So this chart has a repetition of 16 rows. So here is the 16 right there. So if row number 1, which is right here, where it says the number, that is where your row is going to be starting. So if it's row number 1, you're going to start reading from the right to the left. So that means yarn over, slide, slide, knit, knitted together, yarn over, because you need to see what it is that the meanings are. So this is like knitted together, and this is slide knit. So try and write down what they mean. If you're new at this, write down what they mean, so like that you can have it at hand. So of course, number one, you're going to be reading it from right to left. And then number two, you're going to be reading it from left to right. And when you find blank squares, it means that you're going to be knitting on the right side and purling on the wrong side. So all these void pieces here means that you're going to knit, yarn over, knit one, yarn over, and so on. So row number two, you're going to be knitting from left to right. And then you go on number three, and you're going to be reading from right to left. And then when you have row number four, you're going to be reading from left to right, and so on. And that's why you have numbers here and numbers here. It means that that is where your row starts. So you're going to be knitting number one, you finish it, go up, and do number two, finish it, go up, and do number three, finish it, turn, and do number four. Now, when the numbers are all on the same column, like on here, and there are no numbers here, it means you're going to be knitting in the round. So then you will have round number one, round number two, round number three, round number four, and so on. And each of the instructions will be written that way when all the numbers are on one side. So here you are going to be having the amount of stitches. So that's when you have a line here and the line here, that is the amount of stitches you need for repetition. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as you can see, you need to continue on with another repetition. So the next repetition should be on this side. So that is what it is. So repetitions. And so this, you're going to be knitting all that, and you have a column on the left that has no stitches. That means you're going to be knitting on the right side the last two and purling on the wrong side the last two. So that's what it is. It's really very simple. You need to read the instructions and follow them. See, so do that, and then on the way back. And it's really very simple. It is no big science to it. And so I think I should start writing down the instructions on charts, but I will need to make a video on how to read them, so like that you can have a better idea. Okay, what? Okay, let's see. Come with another account. Okay. Bonjour, Priscilla. Thank you very much. Bonjour. And my creative lifestyle. Okay. Another account, the Tooth Fairy. Hi, Anna. Okay, what's the questions? I think there's interferences. My mom is using the same account. Okay. And great info. Pretty good. Okay. I've been asking for it. Yes. Well, what happens is that when I double knit it, well, it's just a matter of learning the signs, and if you have them written down on the top Tooth Fairy, you kind of, well, what does this mean? And you go up and you know what it means. It means like knit three together and all that kind of thing. Like, for example, when you have knit three together, it even makes sense. See, that's the sign for knit three together. So it means that if you have three stitches at the bottom, you knit them and you end up with only one. See? And so this one here means knitted together, and this one here means slide, slide, knit. So when it's on the right side means knitted together. When the little leg is on the right means knit together, and when the little leg is on the left means slide, slide, knit. So, and this means that you need to do it through the back of the stitch, through the back loop. And then sometimes you will find a blank square, and sometimes you find it like this, which means knit one. So, and then usually all the instructions, when they give them to you, it shows the meaning of it. So they will have a chart saying these instructions are using these symbols and they mean this. So that's easy. It's okay. Mm, when you double knit it, yeah. Okay, so would you blank rows with chart me? Yeah, the blank ones mean that you need to knit on the right side and purl on the wrong side. That's what the blanks mean. And that's on the flat. Yes, that's on the flats. Depends on the first row on the right side or the wrong side. Yeah, well, number, the even number rows are the wrong side. So the odd number rows are the right side, and the even number rows are the wrong side, unless they ask you to start with a wrong side. Then the number one would be on this side. So it's really not that difficult. It's really simple. It's a matter of sitting down and understanding what the symbols mean. So, Anna, you're using something called My Creative Lifestyle? Okay. All right. So, it's really not that difficult as long as you write what the symbolism is, and so you can have it at hand when you do this. And it's a matter of understanding each one. But it's reading instructions charts is not that difficult. You do need to understand how many stitches cause a repetition, and that's very important to know, because if you have stitches from here to here, usually you have the same amount of stitches next, and they need to repeat. This part here needs to be repeated. Okay. Yes, it's very different when you're working in the round, because your stitches, your rows will be all on on this side, because you're going to be reading always like round number one, round number two, or on this one, on this side, like it doesn't matter as long as you start reading your row always on the same side when you are doing in the round. So if it's in the round, you will be reading it like this, and then row number two, and then round number three, and round number four, and it will be, you would be reading it, the numbers will be all in one side. So what else? The Russian charts. Well, it's usually universal. Some of the Russian charts have their own interpret, but they all have the symbolism there. So this means this, and I haven't found it all that different. Yes, it is. Working in the round knitting, it's always on the right. It's always on one side, and you just keep, because that's how you're knitting. You're knitting from right to left. So that's how you need to read it. You're reading it from right to left. So, yeah. Uh, okay, Anna, I sent you a couple of links on your email so that people can see what I'm talking about. So let me show you. There's a couple of links. So maybe you can share it. So it's on your email I sent. There's two very simple stitches that I sent, and they are very easy to make. And then like that, what happens when it's like Turkish or Russian videos, you have to really pay attention and write line by line what it is that they're saying. And they have very pretty stitches. And I'm writing down one that I saw, but see, I have to scratch and then write down. And so, yeah. But I love it. I love this. Like, okay, what else is new? I want to know what else is new, because it's a lot of fun to learn stitches. And I used to have all the swatches, but then my bag got too big and I just threw it away. So I have to practice reading the symbols and memorizing them. Yeah, but you don't need to memorize them if they're there. I mean, they're really easy. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Deborah. Priscilla, Anna, sorry for spelling your name with double. It's okay, Priscilla. It's okay. But Anna in Spanish is usually written with only one N. A and A. And in English, A and A. Do you have a favorite stitch dictionary? No. I think Lion Brand has a stitch dictionary. So you write lionbrand.com and they have a chart there, like a stitch dictionary, and you can print it. And Lion Brand does. So yeah, you can go to their website and print it. Okay, so that's what it is that I'm saying. And try reading. Now on crochet, it's a completely different animal. You have little sticks And then a stick, only one stick means single crochet. And then a stick with a line in the middle means double crochet. And then a stick with two lines means triple crochet. And stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun too. And they usually put it in the round when it's a hat or something of a sort. Okay. I'm the same Sweden. Yes, Priscilla Joseph. Isn't it funny with names? Like my name is Joanne, but what happens is that my father's father was Joseph, and he was French. And so they wanted to use Joseph in my name. And so the translation is really Joseph Anne, like Jose Anna. So Joseph, Joe, Joe as Joseph, Anne, like Anna. So yeah, that's why I named Anna, like Anna, but with one N. A creative lifestyle, a permanent feature. Anna has neat ideas. So a couple of pages on our website. Okay, so uh, can you share the links that I put there, Anna, please? I sent them through your email. I don't know if you need to change your, I don't know what you need to do, Wendy. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for being with us. I will make a video explaining very carefully what uh, how to read the charts, because today is just we're just talking about it, which is in general what it is. So it's a new project coming up. What? Okay, we have a new project. This is from the Knit Creek Yarn, and I'm making pillows. See, and this stitch is called the trunk stitch, el borrachito, puntada de borrachito. So because it goes like this. So anyway, I'm making pillows, and see, I'm using this color. Came, I didn't choose it, but see how it looks together with our nautical uh, theme. See, so it's going to look nice. It was just like they read our minds. Okay, well, thank you very much for being with us. And thanks, everyone. Thank you, thank you. The hat is very pretty. And we have the instructions, Deborah. We have the instructions of the hat. I think Anna posted it last Sunday or Saturday. See how cute this is? See it? So it's really nice. And then the memory wire makes it be, you're able to twist it and put it flat on your suitcase. See? And then you pop it open. And you're done. You can do it again. No problem. See? So it's handy. You can take it in your car and have it handy for whenever you need to use it. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Diane. I love you all. I'll see you next Wednesday.